Hey, well, good Friday morning. Hope that you've had a great week. I've had the opportunity to be with Gunny this week. And Gunny, 2 years ago, you and I didn't know each other. Now I consider you a good friend.
Likewise.
But we've spent the week looking at data that's coming in, taking a look at some crops right here. I'm going to say we're north of Indianapolis. I'll have you set the stage here for a little bit. But also looking toward what next year looks like. And I feel like that's where all of us find ourselves right now. We're in the fields, the beans are coming out, people are shelling corn, but we're already thinking about next year.
Yes.
So first of all, tell me a little bit, how is this year wrapping up and where exactly are we?
And I tell you what, John, this is one of those years that started off great. We had perfect planting and we had just a perfect rain all the way up through pollination, including through pollination. And then all of a sudden, Mother Nature does what she does. She turned off bone dry, and we you can see the yard out here, man. It's dry. I haven't mowed in weeks. And, this corn and the beans, they turned off pretty quick. And like the guy behind us just got done shelling corn this afternoon, and it was just smooth sailing. But the beans have struggled a little bit just because it's been so dry. And they didn't fill out. We set a bunch of pods. We retained those pods with some of the late season applications of PGRs and stuff. Corn's looking really great. Right. So we didn't have a whole lot of disease that moved in too late on us because we didn't have the environment. But really, it's I'm so interested in seeing that normal year. Some years. Look, I've been doing this for 25
That's
years.
right.
And everybody tells me, well, on a normal year, that's crap. I've never seen a normal year. I don't know what a normal year is.
We're ready for that normal, aren't we?
Right. I want somebody to show me what a normal year is.
Definitely. But we've spent this week, we've taken a look at some crops, but we've really been digging into data. Right? We set up research a year ago, and that data's starting to trickle in. And so we've been spending a lot of times updating what we like to call our models, our recommendations, saying, hey, if we apply it here, this is what we can expect, right? We can't control everything, but that's what we're looking at. But we're also planning for next year, right? We're already saying, hey, what are some moves that we can make for next year? What, as we look at what commodity prices look like and fertilizer, and just the price of everything's gone up. What can we do to enhance next year? And it really got me thinking. So I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
As you think about next year, if you could boil down how we can help people be successful with one word, what would you say that one word is, and what would it mean to you?
I would tell you, John, that most people would probably tell you flexible, and I'm not going to.
Okay.
The reason I'm not, flexible means you're willing to try something. Doesn't mean you're gonna do something.
Definitely.
I use the term audible. If you think about football, right? The great quarterbacks had the ability to call an audible. Right? They watched what the defense was doing. They watched what Mother Nature was doing against them, and they acted upon it. Being flexible just means you're willing to change. I'm talking actually being confident to make a change. So I go into every year with the attitude, have the guts to call an audible. Right? Manage that crop for what it's going through. Truly manage a crop, and don't just plant it, spray it, and forget it. Right? And not do what it needs. Can I give you some examples?
Yeah, definitely.
Of calling audible. So this corn crop behind us, right? This is the crop that my wife and I donate to the FFA, right? And we're in year 4 doing this. And 2 years ago, we had corn in this field. And it was perfect planting conditions. And we had perfect rain, got it up, got it going. And about V4, we had come out and we'd done our Architect application. And the rain stopped, right? It was over, and we had 2 droughts. So we had an early season drought right after V4, all the way up to pollination. Then all of a sudden, we had perfect pollination and perfect weather, 78, 82 degrees for like 8 days. And then she turned off bone dry all the way till September 21st. So we had 2 droughts, one early, one late. You think about a plant. Plants do what? They drink nutrients, right? So knowing that a plant's demand on potassium is the highest going into reproduction, I called an audible. And I did something I don't normally do. And we sprayed foliar potassium acetate. So that year we did NutriK. And we came out and gave it the nutrient it needed, knowing it's not drinking it. So let's feed it. Right? And that's something that I did not have built into my plans.
I like it.
For that normal year, that normal plan. Right?
All I'm hearing in my mind is Peyton Manning when he used to audible the Omaha call. Right? We walk up line, everybody moves, and all of a sudden we're calling Omaha. And that's what I'm hearing. Right? You have it in the back pocket, right? We know what potassium does in a plant, but you have to make the call and you put it out there.
Absolutely. You think about these late season soybean demands, right? I know that in general, I'm probably going to want some potassium, but depending on how dry we've been or how wet we've been,
Definitely.
I may bump or change that potassium rate. And, it's like nitrogen.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks about putting nitrogen on a soybean plant, right? But soybean plants love nutrition during demand.
Yep.
So I always tell people, if you've been excessively wet and that soil profile is not getting any air saturation, so that atmospheric nitrogen is not getting down there, we know that there's no air movement and that plant can't fixate that nitrogen.
Yep.
Well, plants love nutrition, soybeans, during a demand.
Yep.
Like corn loves it in front of, soybeans love it during. Like there's been years I call an audible and I run some late season, like R3, R2, R4 time frame, nitrogen. I don't want it too early because I don't want to make them big and rank and lazy and fall over and laying down on the combines. You got to combine them one way, right? That sucks. But I've had years where I've put some foliar nitrogen on late season.
Yep.
Because I knew my plants weren't taking it up, having the opportunity to get it.
I love it, but it makes sense though, right? We move in that R4 time frame, the nodules are shutting down, right? So we know they have that big demand. If it's dry, if it's too wet, we know we're not going to be able to fix that nitrogen anyway. So again, it's that audible, right? Calling the Omaha and putting things into play that are going to make a difference.
Yep. So to me, that the one word I'm going to give you is audible.
Awesome. And I'm going to steal something that I heard today, resilience.
Yeah.
I think in farming in general, we're going to have to audible, but we're going to have to be resilient as well.
Absolutely.
Like you said, there's never a normal year and things never go as planned. I've never seen it happen, but we are resilient. I will say that about agriculture.
Yep. And look, we got tough headwinds in front of us, right? We know this. Commodity prices, they're not in the greatest of shape, obviously. But look, we're not farming for just 1 year. We're farming for a career. We're farming for a living. And we're going to go into this planning to raise a crop.
Yep.
And that planning, part of my planning is being able to call an audible and being resilient.
I love it. Man, that's great. 2 great words. Call that Omaha, put things into play, and it's definitely how next year is going to go.
Right on.
Well, Gunny, I appreciate the time.
Thanks, John.
Have a good one.